Hello. Here it is.
So this is you, and you're at college, which is why you're at a desk, and you're asking yourself the big existential questions in life because you're an edgy teenager and you're about to make a big decision. And the most important of these questions is, what next? Now, the way I see it is you have two options. Let's call them option A and option B. Option A is to leave college and get a job, straight off the bat. And option B is simply to go to university. And to choose between these options, you have to ask yourself a couple more questions. So the first thing is to decide where your interests lie, what you want to do. Let's call it a dream job. You need to work out if you have one. There are two possible answers to this question. Either you do or you don't. If you don't have a dream job in mind, I'd highly recommend a degree. It gives you some buffer time in which to make a decision. However, if you do have a job in mind, then you need to work on that. To get this job, there are probably certain hoops you need to jump through. So the first thing I'd ask myself is, do I need a degree to get into this line of work? There are two possible answers to this question. Yes or no. If the answer is yes, your route is simple. Go to uni, get a degree. If the answer is no, you have to ask yourself another question. Are you ready to go into full-time work? There are two possible answers to this question. If the answer is no, then I have one piece of advice for you. Go to uni. However, if the answer is yes, then you can apply for that job. The next question is a time-consuming one because it depends on that application, but you need to find out whether or not you got the job. And there are two possible outcomes to that application. If you got the job, then great work, champ, you're all set for life. However, if you didn't get the job, you need to ask yourself an important question. Do you have a backup? If you didn't get that dream job, is there something else you want to do? That backup might be going to uni, in which case you've completed this flowchart already. However, if you do have a backup, you're in for a real treat because you get to start this whole process again from step one. Except here, we replace the dream job with whatever the backup is. You might find that following this process, you're continually rebuffed. There are other variables to think about. This is an extremely simplified way to guide you through the choices you face when you're at a crossroad in life and wondering what to do next. But what I would say is, don't use that as an excuse. There is always an in. You can do apprenticeships or introductory jobs before going into the sector that your heart's set on. And if you don't have the academic skills to apply for your first choice uni, you can always try and get in through clearing or go to interviews and actually talk to people. It's incredibly easy to get onto a degree course. That's why everyone's got them. So you're now at a stage where you've decided you want to go to uni and you need to pick a course. And the easiest way to do that is to type in UCAS into Google and click the first link and it'll take you to the UCAS website. Once you're here, you want to click undergraduate because you are an undergraduate, you do not yet have a degree. And then you click choosing a course and it'll take you through all the points you need to go through to choose a course. Now, when I did mine, I'm fairly certain that I already knew I wanted to be in London. So I just scrolled to the bottom and clicked London. And it takes you to all the courses in Greater London. And then on the left here, you can filter them to suit your needs. So the standard way to do it is a full-time course. It'll be 3 years. You're looking for a BA with honours. That's your sort of standard, most common degree. And then towards the bottom here, you have arguably the most important set of filters on the website, which are the subject filters themselves. So you just pick a load of subjects on here and it will bring you courses about those subjects. So when I did mine, I just picked a load of media, sound and writing based courses because that was what I liked, that was what I was interested in. And then click save and it will bring up all the courses about those subjects. And you want to be starting in the first year, I assume. So then here you've got all the courses in London that are about writing and media and sound, which are what I was interested in. Once I'd done a little bit of research on that, I think I found a broadcast journalism course at some random university, so I just did a search for broadcast journalism, put in all the filters I needed. I still wanted to be in London, and the search came back with all of these broadcasting and journalism related courses in London. In the end, I think I did find about 4 different courses that were all called broadcast journalism. Once you've applied all your filters, click save and you get a final list of all the courses best suited to you. All you need to do then is pick which one they like the look of most. You get a choice of 5 applications, and I'd recommend going to see as many of them as possible before you apply, because that can really influence your choice. I went to visit Kingston and didn't really like the feel of it, and UAL and didn't really like the look of it. And my only other choice was UWL, which was lucky because it was by far my favourite. This is the revamped edition of my course. I think they upgraded it the year after I graduated. Once you click it, you have the option to apply, and it couldn't really be any easier. All the steps are written out for you the whole way, and all you have to do is follow the instructions. And I'm fairly sure on this website you could find courses catered to any subject really. So if I type in something completely random and generic, I'm just going to search for cooking. It comes up with a load of catering and culinary arts management courses that you can do. So it's quite the nifty website if you want to make your life easier when you're searching for a course. All of that you just watched is just conditional on what you decide to do and what is best for you. None of it's set in stone, none of it's black and white, and you can't just decide what to do because someone says it's that or the other. The only reason I went to university when I did was because when I was at college I didn't really know what I wanted to do and was definitely not ready to make a decision at the time. So I decided to go to uni, slowly make a decision, and then see where I was at afterwards. And I'm not saying that's the best thing to do because I'm not earning 50k because I've got a degree. But the point I'm trying to make is make a choice and don't let anyone else influence that choice. The other thing that everyone's asking questions about now is whether or not courses are actually going to run in September. And the answer to that is we don't know. I do know that universities had stopped handing out unconditional offers and had stopped amending offers because they didn't want to pressure students into going to university when they knew that there was a potential for the first term to not happen. There's so much information about it. If you don't know what's going on, then do some research. There's not really an excuse, to be honest. But from what I can tell, everything should be going ahead. It's just that the first few weeks are going to be online rather than face-to-face. So the question you should be asking yourself is, do you still want to go to university if you're going to have to experience it all online? It really brings into question whether you're getting the full university experience, which for a lot of people is the only reason they go. I would say that if you're going to go to university and have your first semester of lectures online on your own because you're social distancing from people, maybe defer for a year, get into some work, fill the time with saving money for that first year or getting some experience in the field, in which case you might not even want to go and get a degree anyway. But go to uni when you can enjoy uni as it's meant to be, rather than sitting on your own in your room in student halls. Because if you go to uni and you make no friends and you don't see anyone and you can't experience the new social parameters that it allows for, then you've lost a lot of what uni is. Obviously you get the degree, and if you're going to uni for no other reason, then go and do it anyway. But I would say, in my own humble personal opinion, maybe wait a year, don't risk losing out on that experience, go to uni when the pandemic's over, and instead you can focus on you. Don't rush into an application because you're scared that you're going to miss out. Otherwise, you will probably miss out. And that concludes our first video. That was why to choose whether or not to go to uni and how you can do it if you decide you want to. I'll revise that title, I'll make it snappy. But yeah, stay tuned because in my mind the rest of the videos are going to be vaguely chronological in order of what you need to go to university. Something like that. This is the application stage. Once you've made the application, I'll do another video on what you need to do next.